this down here is actually adding in the highway payroll and the transfer.
I didn't know if you had a copy before I was gonna let us see what that was.
Would it be possible that we could go into closed session for a few minutes?
What's it over?
Personnel.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to go to closed session, discuss personnel.
You will see with this right here,
Yeah.
GovTech Services. We're going to go with them to help do online payments and set up escrow payments.
For taxes?
Yes. They're in 54 counties in the state of Illinois, and everyone I've spoken to says it's a really good program. I talked to CoreLogic, a couple of the escrow companies, and they're like, when I told them that we were going with them, they're like, you will be so happy. I like that.
How much of a charge is it?
It's actually not going to be anything to the county. It's going to be $230 for the actual equipment, the machine, because we're going to do citizens pay, and that's for the machine to be set up in the office, and it'll be no charge to the county. That's on the positive side. The claim that I sent around, I was transferring money from courtroom security to general to cover, which will be paid back as soon as Illinois funds drops, which has not dropped as of this morning. Okay,
All right.
we good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much is in county general?
Oh, Michelle.
Well, she's got checks there that we gave her, so.
Well, it's $7,562.90 at this point, but we have some outstanding checks that will be deposited.
7,562. Okay.
Yeah. Drop down a little over 30,000 here in just a minute. So it'll be good.
And then the online payment, that's people can pay from their computer at home?
Here. Yeah, I'll bring you that. How's that?
All right.
Okay. Thanks.
When is it supposed to start?
It will start this payment, this tax cycle.
Okay.
As soon as I get those out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do what now? Oh, it is. That's all right. Pass them around. Are you excited?
There's the highlighted ones.
Yeah.
Most critical ones. However, after we did that yesterday, Sandy's had some stuff come in that showed that they were paid.
Okay.
So went back and marked PD besides those ones that were paid, so there were several that were looked unpaid, but
They
those
were paid.
they came in and readjusted first thing this morning.
Okay. Joe, get your cars, I guess, lined out, everything good in Millwoods?
Yes, both of those did come back. There's an issue on one with a motor mount or something, but their mistake, they fixed it, still no charge to us. Both them cars got taken care of. Back up and running.
Feel pretty full over there?
Yes, took a couple of them long ago. One of them didn't want to go, believe it or not.
Is that right?
He went.
Persuaded him?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you wake him up?
Kinda.
He still wanted to go?
understanding of the way it reads, it, only be on roads that are marked 35 or less.
What are your thoughts?
Well, according to what I found, only one area in the county actually has 35 on our list, which is out by Kincaid Mountains.
That's what I'll say, you do a lot of stuff on the places.
No other roads marked, so what I don't think it means can be 55. So really, basically, the ordinance was passed, but I don't want to really use it. Unless something, unless roads are changed to 35, or, on that line. I think the thing I'd like to see on that would just be, before anything was passed, was possibly, input, see how much interest actually there for it. If there was enough interest, public interest in it, then it would be, worth, looking at the roads to see if certain roads should qualify at 35 miles an hour.
Yeah. I agree. Gerald, you got anything for Chad?
No.
No? All right, guess that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Seems like it's been forever since I've been.
Road get done?
Yeah. The only thing they have to do is come back and take that temporary tape off.
Look good?
I think it does, yeah.
You can line this paint, that's good. Even on the second page, I know it's a good job. It's never even that, is it? Yeah, no. Joe, what's been going on?
We finished that paving project, and it was last week or the week before that the bridge project that's coming up was bid out. And company out of Murfreesboro got it this time, Samron Construction Contract. They haven't done one here before, so they're kind of new to that game, but anyway, we'll see how they do.
They, I think that was on, and the city put all these corners for the sidewalks are made them for wheelchairs and,
Yeah.
and the new curbs and all. They did a good job. And did you know Mike Eisenhower?
Yeah. He's working for him. Yeah, I'm sure the bridge project's gonna go okay, because he's probably gonna be the guy that's in charge. Yeah. I mean, he worked for Perry County for years.
He was Perry County, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he owned it.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm surprised he's still working. I mean, he was not in very good health.
I guess he got bored or something, you know. 'Cause he's been retired, what, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah. I thought he had retired because of his health, but he's back in the game, so maybe he needs to be back in, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. See now, oh, that's down by Forge, that bridge there. They got
What's that now?
the bridge they bid on down by the Forge. Is that
Yeah, that's
the one?
Mhm. Ended up being, the bid was $232,000. Quite expensive.
Mm.
kind of almost getting out of hand a little bit, but I don't know what to do about it.
Dave's bid on it?
Yeah. Because
Rick's bid on it.
I don't know if these, Brett, he called me to ask some questions about the project before he bid. He told me that he was going to bid on it, and Samron, and I thought he said that somebody else was going to bid on it, but I don't know who. One of the guys for Samron that does some of the bidding, he's just started with them back in the winter. He was the county engineer of Jackson County for 15 years, and then quit there and went to work for Samron. So he's well familiar and versed in what needs to be done on these projects. So
Yeah.
deck boards on low boards, side boards.
Good picture.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's Crestwood. It's up by, runs from Hill Road north, and right there where that yield sign is by St. Stephen's Church. People are just honking through. Just about getting people going on the driveways. Is there any way to put a stop sign there, or there is not? I know this is, I think, been asked before.
I never.
Are you aware of where I'm at though?
Yeah, I know
There's a Y there, there's the road that comes in front of St. Stephen's, and I think it's Crestwood.
I really don't understand why the yield is on the way when the road that it's on. I would think it would be on Midway.
Because you got two merging roads there, and they just fly up that road. And I was there the other night, there was probably, which this is your fault, they're probably running 70 mile an hour, and they get right up there top of that hill, they don't slow down, they just look, see nobody's coming, and then they just sweep through there, which I know that's, the speed's not your problem, but I was just wondering if there was a way to put a stop sign there.
Well, I'll just tell you the legal answer. Legally, I have to do, or have done, an engineering study to be able to warrant putting a stop sign there. And there's a lot of different warrants that's listed that you can investigate, cite. You know, part of it has to do with speed and number of cars coming from each direction. I really don't want to know how they justified putting a yield sign there in the past. Especially on the, I would think, logically, it would
stop sign.
yield on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think Midway would have to yield to Crestwood, because Crestwood's the through road there.
Yeah, that's
in my
the state,
opinion.
that's the state actual highway or whatever you would call it there.
So I don't know why it's done the way it is. So for me to investigate, I mean, I can investigate and see what I can come up with, but that's the official legal answer. The non-official, non-legal answer is I could put a sign up on any one of them. I mean, I could change it out, and, you know, it'd be no worse than some of the things we've done, like putting that speed zone up in New Columbia. I mean, it's not a legal speed zone, but we put the sign up anyway.
There's a house right there on the, like whenever you're going up Crestwood and where it comes up to the yield sign, Tim White lives right there on the right.
Yeah.
And they've about hit him, they've almost hit everybody that comes out of that driveway, because he's got, once you go around that curve, you pull out and back out of the driveway. And once you're backed out in the middle of that driveway, then people are coming around that curve at 70 mile an hour, and there's nowhere to go but.
Coming from the side.
Yeah, coming from the south heading north. Just drive up by there and look at it. And,
Yeah.
but I know that he is basically requesting to look, someone to look at it and possibly put a stop sign there before someone gets killed. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but just go out there and look at it and take a look. And it is pretty dangerous. I mean,
I don't know that that would prevent anything from happening there, because the fact, you know, when you come up that fast to that, you got to slow way down to even make that curve. And if people are flying up on it with a yield sign, I don't know how they're making the curve going that fast.
they honk on pretty hard there,
So,
unfortunately.
I mean, definitely, if we did do that, we'd probably have to put a stop ahead sign up the road some, so it warns them that it's coming. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Or put a, I don't know if there is a warning sign of a, you know, like a curve in the road, warning sign with a warning speed limit below it. And that's something that you could do all the time. You know, if they didn't put a stop sign, we could put that up. Say it's a 30-mile-an-hour curve or something like that. You know, and that would be, that's just a warning sign. I can do that wherever I think it needs.
But just, if you get a chance, I'll go up there with you, or it's said, but it is a pretty rough spot. I mean, I know the speed's not your fault, but they do fly through there. And I think they try to see how fast they can take the curve. That's what they do. Because I've been there and watched, I go to church there, and then every time at church you see someone honking on through there. And I'm sure it's a nuisance for him as well, you know, trying to back out of the driveway. I don't know if he's going to be T-boned.
It's kind of an eye-opener. Well, every time I do a paving job, that up on Grand Shane Road is, I mean, it's funny when you're standing back and you don't have to be right there, but you know, I guess it's Garden Road and Maple Road and where it comes off the curb, I swear, people try to get air.
To see how fast they can take it.
They're like going Luke Duke. I swear, that's what they do on purpose. I mean, we were sitting there paving and somebody came to Garden Road and I swear they were off the ground that far. I mean, they took that 65 miles an hour. I'm not telling. Dust was flying up everywhere and it was just like bam, bam, bam. This car just went down through there. It's just like
Bumpers dragging.
That's running away.
yeah.
It's Jerry.
Yeah, I understand about the speed. I mean, it's just, that's a bad driver issue everywhere. I mean,
It is. Just, I guess, go out and take a look at it whenever you can and just see what you think would be best.
do you think that, I mean, I'm familiar with it. I mean, I'll go out and look at it again. Just if you want to come with me, that's fine. Do you think anybody think that there needs to be traffic control coming from Midway? I mean, not just Crestwood?
He doesn't seem to think that that's much of an issue. They're not speeding through there. They're actually drive sensible. It's the actual Crestwood when they come around that curve. They just keep on hammering down. It's the yield sign. They don't really yield. And I'm sure it's probably locals that are used to the road and drove it for years, just barrel on through.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, you really can't hardly see down Midway. I mean, if they're going that fast through it, blowing through it that fast and not yielding, I mean, you run the risk of T-bone with somebody coming from Midway one time or another.
Well, he said they get up there and they slow down just enough to see nobody's coming from the left. Because whenever you get about halfway up that hill, you can see pretty much that if anybody's coming over that little hill.
You know, another warrant for the stop sign would be the number of wrecks that happen there. I mean,
There hasn't been a wreck yet, but
I've got to check that out. Generally, if there's no wrecks and no fatalities, unless there's a couple other things, like number of driveways within a certain amount of feet of it, and I know there's not enough there to warrant that. It's probably not going to be legally warranted, but again, the way that is, when you're coming into a road, it's not an exact T. It would be better if it wasn't so accommodating for blowing through it.
yeah, it's kind of banked.
If it was more than 90 degree, in other words, it would be harder to blow through it and almost impossible to blow through it. But I'll look at it.
Just don't want to be a death and then decide to do it.
Well, a lot of people have asked me, the two intersections most I get questions about is Unity School in Pell, wanting the four-way stop that, and then obviously Country Club in North Avenue, wanting the four-way stop that. And I know those things have been discussed since way before my time, even.
And I could see both of those.
And it never was a There was never legal reason to do it. That's why it never got done. We've done some, like Unity School, I put cross traffic does not stop signs and bigger stop signs there to try to make people aware of it more. And of course, North Avenue Country Club, we put the lights up, we put the paint markings up, we put the new stop signs up. Still to prevent wrecks from there, but those are all the way that the MEPCD manual defines an engineering study. It's pretty loose. I mean, I think there's some leeway for opinion in those things as well. Of course, you have to, get something written down and in the file, you have to prove in the court of law that it wasn't done right. There's just not enough guidance on it to say, in my opinion, that, hey, it's black and white. It's not really black and white in all cases.
That's where you know better. You're about almost over there.
Joe, do they guarantee so many inches of asphalt, or how do they do that? Or do you ask for so many?
On the paving project,
Yeah.
I do plans and specify.
What is it, 2 to 3 or something like that?
That particular job, I did 2 1/4 inches. Most overlays, I do 2 inches, but that road was kind of in a little bit worse shape.
Oh, yeah.
So I went a little thicker on that one. And honestly, it probably was a little bit thicker than that in most places. I mean, it just when you have wheel ruts and stuff, it gets thicker in spots and thinner in spots.
Yeah.
But we,
How was it? Was it 20 years old? The pavement was on it?
I believe that one was paved, yeah, I think it was almost exactly 20. I think that was paved in like 1999 or 1998. Have you drove through it yet?
No, I haven't. Need to.
It's nice. Go out there Sunday.
And it's a world improvement over what it was, that's for sure.
roads like Powers Church Road, is the funds are, they're just not available to, like, put some asphalt on that road.
Well, yeah, I mean, those are, we haven't in the past ever put any asphalt on township roads just because of the money we use is the surface transportation funds, which is that federal allotment.
Yeah.
And
Just not
to use those, it has to be on a county highway
Okay.
or federal aid route. And a road like Powers Church is not. We were able to, I don't know, either save up or
Yeah.
get another money source for township roads. I mean, we could do it on a road like that.
That road is so right, I think.
Yeah.
Of course, in that dump truck, it's gonna be right.
It would actually be nice to just put maybe an inch level binder on it and then oil and chip over the top of that at some point in time just to smooth it up. But,
Yeah.
you know, I thought about trying to figure out how much money that would cost to do.
Well, just a little bit of CA6 and then put the oil chip on it. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about like with hot mix asphalt, just put an inch layer of that.
Oh.
It's called level binder, just levels up all the
Yeah.
bumps and grooves and everything
Yeah.
else, and then oil and chip over the top of that just to seal it in. And it would make the road like way smoother.
Yeah.
But it would probably cost, I don't know, I'd have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking $82 to $85 a ton to put down asphalt. You know, and that would probably take, I don't know how many miles do you think that is?
Over the pail, maybe it's probably 3 miles, is it?
From where?
From the church, Powers Church Tail Road.
There we go.
Maybe a little more.
It would, you know, just to do that section of road would probably cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $130,000 for just the level binder, and then if you oil and chipped over the top of it, it would probably cost another $50 to do that.
That's too bad. So,
Yeah. But yeah, that road, I know the higher traveled township roads like that one, Rosebud Road, Joppa Bypass, Unity School Road, they're just, you notice they're so bumpy.
Yeah.
I guess because people like to go so fast on them. If you stick to 40 miles an hour, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying in a dump truck. In a dump truck, it's probably bad no matter how fast.
Well, you know, and when you go to patch a pothole, it's better, but it's not smooth either.
Yeah. No,
Unless
it's
you,
not.
I guess maybe you could roll it or something, but
The other option that you can do is to hire like E.T. Simons or somebody with a mill, to what they call profile millet, which basically just skims the top bumps off, and then you could seal it over with oil and chip or something. The problem is, I mean, profile milling would probably cost a good amount of money too.
yeah.
You have to hire them.
Employees, no, $500 an hour at least, probably.
Yeah, probably the best thing to do would be to hire them by the hour and just for the
Yeah.
machinery and the operators, and try to provide truck drivers to take the millings off, you know,
Yeah.
and do it that way. But, you know, I've kicked around trying to investigate those things a lot, but now with the short workforce that we have, I don't think we would have enough men to even
All of the way.
put to it to be able to, you know, keep up. I don't know.
The road is traveled a lot, seems like.
I mean, I'll investigate how much per mile it would cost to do something like both of those options, and you know, maybe we could talk about doing a project or something with some road money and stuff that we have. I mean,
Or would you take the millings?
we could reuse them. I mean, we could take them back to our yard and reuse them on gravel.
Get rid of them?
Yeah, no.
Well, they're not working on the bridge over Country Club, are they?
I don't know
I don't
if
see that equipment moving up
they
there.
started doing anything
They
yet.
got their bypasses in, I guess, or?
Somebody told me that's what they were working on, is doing, they're actually pouring concrete up there on the interstate for the crossovers.
One of them's done.
Well, and
Got
then-
it passed to this weekend, so it looks like they're starting to frame up the other side. To, make it where you can go across.
I guess as soon as they get them crossovers done, then they'll probably start on the bridge. And they can start moving traffic.
You know, Joe, if they raise that bridge 2 feet, I think maybe that's what they have in mind, you know?
I don't think it's anywhere near 2 feet.
No.
That's why they did a combination of both lowering the road, our road, and then they're gonna raise that one. I don't think they're gonna raise it, but 10 inches or something that,
I mean, they'll have to go way back
yeah,
on the road, don't they?
yeah, they'll have
Will they
to.
have to bust that concrete out and re-pour it? Or can they just pour it on top?
Well, I don't, the actual interstate is just
Yeah.
asphalt. I don't think it's concrete.
Okay, I mean, can they tear that out, or?
I'm not, I would think that they would just overlay it with more asphalt. I don't know why they would
Be the
want to
easiest
tear it
thing
out.
to do.
Yeah, because it's not like it's in bad shape or anything.
No.
Usually you only want to tear it out when your subgrade is bad, and you got pothole and stuff like that, you got to redo the subgrade. If your subgrade's good, I would just overlay it myself. I don't know what the plan's called for.
We can at least do that. Thank you.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Call me when you know what you find out, what you think.
Okay.
Brian, we're on that, we've got issues, I talked to him over the weekend. Let's see, at Cape Girardeau gauge, it's gonna be close to crest on the 8th, which is tomorrow, right? Yeah. 44 feet, which their major flood stage is 42 feet. So,
You gonna be all right?
oh, we're good. We just talked about the Mississippi. I don't look at the Mississippi that much. So, I mean, I guess you got Ohio for it to me, I guess. But, you know, they're looking at another good flood over there, you know, which the governor's declared a state emergency.
All the way from the top to the bottom of Illinois.
Yeah. But, hey, I brought on a conference call the other day, listened to them, just kind of, I guess, that, see what was up.
Was
But,
that yesterday?
conference call?
Yeah.
There was one, I was on the one Friday.
Okay.
There was one yesterday I missed. But, which I talked to Chris Pooley on the phone, and he said the only thing they probably need from us is, they might still just surplus of sandbags we got filled in the report, which is only what they need, and that's fine.
There's a bunch out there, when this filled up, Red Road,
So we,
I seen some out there at the end of the
up there. across-
property, yeah.
Stacked up everywhere.
there's another source right there.
I mean, they're out there, look like they're begging someone to get them off their property.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took those ones in Brookport, trying to bunch of them up, talk them up, so if we was needing, you know, sometime, you know, this month or something, which hopefully we won't need them, you know. We have them, but, I mean, they stay out in the sun, they just rot pretty much, you know,
Mhm.
so. I guess we're gonna put a bunch of sand down there.
Yeah.
I brought a mutual aid agreement for the Massac Aries Club, and it pretty much just says, you know, if we have an emergency, we need a radio operator, we'll supply the equipment, which, you know, the trailer or whatever, and equipment, a supply an operator. Shiny, the signature and Cherry looked that over. But that's just, you know. I can make a copy, you need a copy.
That's right.
So it's pretty much, you know, like I said, we, you know, here's the radio and operate it for us. you know.
Right.
And kind of alleviates us having, I guess, less volunteers for just that, you know. I'm gonna have Dr. Michael Hicks, which we talked about him before, and I don't know if y'all know Jay Smock. They're gonna join an EMA, and they're gonna be in charge of, you know, communicating with them, and
Jay used to be a dispatcher. KSP.
Yes. Which, I got the paperwork over them to do all the, oaths and all that good stuff, so. Our after action report for the flood's been approved. I brought y'all a copy of it. One thing I want to point out is like on, like on, I guess with an issue I found, like, just for example, like the Brookport levy, which I stayed in there, mitigation efforts are underway. The one thing we gotta remember is we gotta, probably like 6 months, we have to prove that, we're working on that, or say, like, the levy's gonna be financial reasons why Brookport's not working on it, but we just gotta show documentation. Just kinda like a follow-up, I guess, with the state. Make sure, what we put in the after action report, we're working on, not, so that way it doesn't look like we're just writing an after action report, and, it's done with, but I think one of the other things was, I was trying to communicate with all three of y'all, say, just whatever, and getting the information to what I plan in the future is to do is maybe just kind of reach out to the board and let the board, disseminate that information out to y'all, so that way. That's just another thing in there, but I have it all. Then on a good note, I found out, I was in a class Thursday, found out I talked about the 32 core capabilities. I guess IEM is counting, like, if we're like in a certain training class or, regional meetings, because I guess I have probably like 13 right now. I don't have the exact one, I guess, core capabilities, but, so we're looking better than what I thought it was gonna be, we had to do all the exercises and stuff, so I guess that's a good thing.
You thought there was, 32 or something?
Well, there's 32, there was 32, but I thought it was only to get count those, in an exercise, but I guess they're counting certain things we do with them on, a monthly basis, like the StarCom drill.
Well, they count that as an exercise.
They count that as one of those core capabilities. So I guess that's a plus.
Yeah.
We'll have to do more exercises. But I'll put a big copy of this with y'all.
There's that back.
I was telling Jeff during while he was away that Polk County and Hardin County done, I guess, kind of a mock 1050 with the schools up there. The dangers of texting and driving, drinking and driving. That's something I'm going to work with Joppa and Massac on doing, I guess, around the fall, kind of back to school. I've got a meeting tomorrow with Joppa, discuss a few things. I'm working with the sheriff's office and reaching out to some of the fire departments and kind of putting stuff together. But that's something I hope we can do annually with the schools,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that if we can reach just one kid at the end of the day, we've done our job. Which, Polk and Hardin kind of put on a good exercise. I don't know if anybody's seen a picture, you seen pictures on Facebook or anything, but.
When they do it yesterday?
Hardin County was yesterday. They was on, I believe, News Channel 3, because they get a good shot of me walking away from the accident, because I was kind of like, working for Polk, so I wasn't in the exercise, but then Jason Hayes was supposed to be up at Polk, so he's kind of got an idea what's going on, so I'm going to check on him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of work it up, I'm working with the sheriff's office over there. So,
Yeah. Sounds great. Appreciate it.
I don't have anything else, unless you have anything.
Brian, do you remember that Kay Hanson?
Yeah, okay.
Where is she located? Brookport?
Where's she at now? Out there on, I think in Henderson Road or somewhere.
And she still work fire department?
No, she doesn't do any fire department or anything anymore.
Really?
I talked to, I don't know what the relationship status is now, but it was her husband at the time. I talked to him the other day, but he didn't mention anything about her. But I knew she worked for Brookport for a little bit, then after that, she was, I guess, too busy or.
I just hadn't seen her in a long time.
Last I heard from her, she was raising baby goats.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good job for her.
Trying to think of the road she lived on. But it's like up in that, I guess, northeastern part there.
Mm.
They're off Mount Sterling or something. Well, you gentlemen have a good day.
You too.
We'll do a radio test with the state.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.